Magab, everybody. I got me a track-by-track album battle from Matthew Werner, who wanted me to do Solitude, Aeturnus, Beyond the Crimson Horizon versus Iced Earth, Burnt Offerings. Now, oddly enough, I am aware of both these albums, but I do not own Solitude, Aeturnus. But I am well aware of this album. I heard it a lot back in the day. Iced Earth, Burnt Offerings, it's my favorite Iced Earth album. I mean, it's hard, man. You know, because I love Horror Show so much, and Glorious Burden. Something Wicked. But Burnt Offerings, man, is kind of like, I don't know, I think it's their best one. At least it's definitely, in my opinion, the best one with oh my God, now I can't remember his name. And the singer of Iced Earth, man, Jesus Christ, I'll remember it in a little bit. Matt Barlow, there, I remembered it. I'm sure some of you already commented it. And all right, so let's get this started. We got Steeds of the Desolate versus Burnt Offerings. Burnt Offering rules, but I'm giving this one a Solitude, Aeturnus. Next, Black Castle versus Last December, one of the best Iced Earth songs. Giving it to Iced Earth on that one. Next, The Final Sign versus Diary. Diary is a killer track, but it loses to The Final Sign. Final Sin, I mean. All right, next, It Came Upon One Night, killer tune, versus Brainwash, which is killer as well, but it loses to It Came Upon One Night. I think that song smokes. Next, The Hourglass, epic, favorite song on here, versus Burning Oasis, which is a killer track, but it loses, all right? Next, Beneath the Fading Sun, versus Creator Failure, Beneath the Fading Sun. I'm giving it to that one. All right, next, Plague of Progressions versus The Pure Spirit. The Pure Spirit is just like a mellow intro to the last tune. And Plague of Procreation just flat out owns. I'm giving it to that. Now we're down to the last song, which is Beyond versus Dante's Inferno. Now, Beyond is a killer doomish tune. I think it's awesome. Dante's Inferno, to me, is the greatest Iced Earth song. That one wins, hands down. And I would say it's even better than any song on the Solitude, Aeturnus. If you put Dante's Inferno against anything on that album, it'll crush it. And it crushes everything on the Burnt Offerings as well. Except for Dante's Inferno. It doesn't crush itself. But there you go, Matthew Werner. Thank you so much for the donation, dude. You rock, bro. I hope you enjoyed my track-by-track, and I hope everybody out there watching is enjoying my track-by-track, and I hope if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you do that right now and ring the little notification bell. And please like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. Said that all in one breath. That is impressive. So, stay frosty, listen to Black Sabbath, and smack 'em a gob. Before we get canceled, check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast with me and Wadzilla. We are the Podcast Kings. Link to the podcast is in the description below, and also a link to the YouTube page. Check out older episodes with visuals. And very soon, either Ian and I will learn how to go on YouTube Live. Might be soon. So check out the greatest podcast ever according to Science.com. It's also God's favorite podcast and Satan's favorite podcast as well. So check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast before we get canceled.